I just want to let everyone know I'm Eden. I'm the Associate Director of Programs for PMD Alliance, and joining me, I have some co-workers, some awesome people. Kelly, who is our online programs manager, who I have the pleasure of working with. And then Ashley, who is just all around awesome. She's our content manager here at PMD Alliance, and she's going to be leading us today. If you're familiar with PMD Alliance, you know, we always like you to open up the chat and give us a shout out. Tell us where you're from. You know, just say hi, hi from Tampa. Of course, this is being recorded and this will be available on our website probably by tomorrow. So you can watch it every day if you want. You can do chair yoga with Ashley. And the closed captioning will be turned on. And if you want to save your chat, there are 3 dots next to the emojis that you can save this to your device in case people are asking questions that you're curious about. So now I'd really like to welcome Ashley.
Thank you, Eden. I am so grateful and excited to be here with you all today. So as Eden said, yes, I am our writer and storyteller at PMD Alliance. So I've had the privilege of getting to connect with many people in our community and witness and share their stories, which has been such a blessing. But outside of work, I'm also a yoga teacher. And I've taught all types of yoga, but one of my favorite types of yoga to teach is chair yoga. I feel like it's very creative. You get to explore new shapes and ways of moving in your body. And it also is often open and accessible to more people. And I love that. I feel like yoga is about that connection to your body and to your breath and to your inner presence and your gifts and connection to each other. And so when we get to practice together today, even through a virtual space, I hope you feel each other's energy and the joy of moving in sync together. Let's see, what else do I want to tell you before we get started here? I'm seeing lots of people from across the country, which is exciting, chiming in there. Our class today is called Chair Yoga for Joy and Inner Peace. So I hope it awakens that sense of joy in you, joy for moving in your body and getting creative, and of course that sense of peace and relaxation and ease. I'll be guiding you today and encourage you to sort of mirror my movements, but if at any point I'm doing something that doesn't feel good in your body or you just want to try something else, you are welcome to make this your own practice. Like I said, I'm just a guide, but this is really your practice and I want you to listen to your own body. So I hope everyone has a chair that they can use today, hopefully a relatively sturdy chair. My chair is behind me. I'll go sit there in a moment. And then other than that, I think that's it. We're just gonna hopefully have some fun. The class today is not about how you look while you're moving, but just about the feeling of it. Like I said, feeling in community, moving and flowing and having some fun. So with that, I'm gonna head over to my chair and we will get started. Okay, so I invite everyone to get comfortable in their chair. And if it's possible, maybe you want to sit on the edge of your chair and so that your feet are planted firmly on the ground. Actually, sorry. Okay, just making sure I can see a clock over there. All right, so feet are planted firmly on the ground. And then I suggest that your hands rest on your thighs. And you have 2 options. We're going to do what's called a tune-in, which is how you start in yoga. It's just about getting quiet in your body and starting to listen to your breath and just just tune into your inner presence. You have 2 options for your hands. You can have your hands with your palms face down on your thighs. That's more of a grounding energy. If you want to feel a little bit more settled, you want to feel more rooted, you can put your hands down. And if you're feeling pretty open and ready to receive, maybe you flip your palms up towards the sky and let them rest there. For now, I'm going to put my palms down, a little bit more grounding. So again, your feet are flat on the floor and you're going to sit up nice and tall. Maybe roll your shoulders back one so you get comfortable. And then if it feels okay to you, I invite you to close your eyes. And I'm going to close my eyes too. No one else will be watching. You can close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. Otherwise, you can keep your gaze just down towards the floor. And again, this is our chance to tune in, to start letting whatever noise, metaphorically or literally outside of you is going on, to start releasing that, to let go of any burdens or responsibilities that you've been carrying for just this moment, and tune into you. And so as we get settled here, let's take a few collective breaths together, really just letting go of any excess energy. So start by exhaling out all the air. And then take a deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale, side out through your mouth. Again, deep breath in. Fill yourself all the way up with air. And then exhale, side out through your mouth. You can make a ha sound. And one more time, deep breath in. And then release. Begin to settle into this moment. So again, feel your feet on the floor. Feel the sense of something beneath you carrying you. The floor is there holding you up. You're supported. Relax your toes. Relax the muscles of your legs. Feel supported by the chair beneath you and the floor beneath you. Let your fingers soften and relax. Maybe feel that warm, melting, relaxing feeling spreading across your arms, from your shoulders all the way down to your fingertips. Let the muscles of your neck relax. Your jaw can soften. And then even all those muscles in your face. So your cheeks can relax and soften. Eyelids hang heavy. Forehead soften. And allow yourself to be right where you are. Your whole body beginning to relax. Now the idea here is to try to sit in stillness, but if you're moving in any way, that's okay. Trust your body and listen to what you need in this moment. Yoga is also about our breath, moving our body in tune with our breath. So we're going to start by counting our breath. We're going to breathe the same amount on the inhale and the exhale, creating this sense of balance in your breath, which will create balance in your body. So again, you can keep your eyes closed during this to just tune into your inner world. And I'm going to count to 5 on your inhale. So you'll inhale for the count of 5, and then I'll count to 5 for your exhale. So it's a steady, even breath. So we'll start all by exhaling out the air, and then inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more cycles of breath. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once more, take a deep breath in, fill yourself all the way up, sit up tall, and then exhale, side out through your mouth. And again, full breath in, and then go ahead and let it go. If your eyes are closed, you can gently open them. And we're going to start with some gentle movements. We're going to start by rolling our shoulders backwards, so both shoulders together. So on the inhale, you're going to lift your shoulders up, and the exhale, they're going to come back and down. Inhale, shoulders come up, and exhale, they come back and down, just like that. Inhale, they rise. Exhale, they come all the way down. So keep going like that at your own pace. Maybe really exaggerating the movement. Maybe you want to go really slow so you can savor each part of the shoulder roll, each space within that circle. Starting to wake up our shoulders, even our neck, and continuing to breathe. So we don't want to be holding our breath. Allow that breath to guide your movement. Let's do one more in this direction. And then you're going to go ahead and reverse the direction. So now on your inhale, your shoulders come back and up, and the exhale, they come to the front, down and around. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, bring them all the way down. So keep going just like that. And maybe notice how this feels a little bit different than when you were rolling your shoulders in the opposite direction. And do your best just to let this feel good. You're just flowing and enjoying the movement as best that you can. And let's do one more in this direction. And then we're going to come to stillness again. We're going to play with our shoulders a little bit more, but this time we're going to try to do one shoulder at a time. So you're going to take your right shoulder and roll it backwards, just the right shoulder. And then you're going to take your left shoulder and roll it backwards, just the left one. We're going to keep going like that. So right shoulder goes backwards, and then the left shoulder. So keep going at your own pace, one shoulder after the other. So now we're starting to turn it into a little bit of a dance. We've got one shoulder going at a time. You can start moving a little bit more of your body to get into it if you want to. And you can go at your own pace. So if your pace is faster than mine or slower than mine, that's perfectly okay. Do what feels good to you. And then we're going to do one more round. So one more on each side before we settle back into stillness. Perfect. All right, let's stretch out our neck. So you're going to keep everything else still, and you're going to bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. Just hanging out there. Of course, your ear won't touch. If you want, you can take your left hand and bring it to the side of your head. Not to pull, you don't want to be pulling anything, but just the gentle pressure. Force of the weight of your hand will deepen the stretch ever so slightly. And as you're here, can you try to take a deep breath and imagine that it's going into the right side of your neck. Feel that expansion there. And you can let that breath go, and we'll release the hand. If you have the hand there, bring your neck back to the center, and then we'll go to the other side. So opposite ear to opposite shoulder. And again, you can hang out here if you want to take your right hand and bring it to the outside of the head, just for applying that gentle weight without pulling. And take that deep breath in and try to send it to the left side of your neck, the part that's stretching open. And then go ahead and release everything one more time. We're going to take little circles. So with your neck or your head, you're going to bring your left ear to your left shoulder, and then your chin to your chest, and then your right ear to your right shoulder. And then we'll reverse the direction. Chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, and then keep going. Chin to chest, rolling over to the other side. So you're just going to allow your head to roll from side to side. Maybe you feel that stretch again along the sides of your neck, or even the back of your neck as your head comes forward. And you're going to be nice and gentle with your neck, just rolling from side to side. And how about you do one more in each direction, one more roll. And whenever you finish that, you'll come back to center. We're gonna do one of my favorite things now. Just, I don't know why, it feels good to me. You're gonna interlace your fingers and you're gonna bring them behind your head. I'll turn sideways for a second so you can see. And then you're just gonna tuck your chin towards your chest and allow your elbows to drop down. So once again, so chin towards your chest, and you're using the gentle weight of your hands to stretch the back of your neck. Now, while you're sitting here, you want to continue to sit up tall. So you don't want to round your spine. You want to sit up tall and then feel that opening in the back of your neck, even the back of your heart, the space between your shoulder blades. Take a deep breath in into that space between your shoulders. And let it go. And now we're going to reverse the direction. So you stay seated in your same direction. I'm just turning sideways. You're going to start to open your shoulders and lift your chin up and lean back into your hands like your hands are a hammock. So now you're just lounging. Pretend you're lounging on the beach or something. And you're relaxing into your hands, opening the front of your body a little bit here, looking all the way up towards the sky. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and release your hands, bring your neck all the way back to the center. Okay, so we're gonna come back to mountain pose. We've been here a few times before, I just haven't formally announced it. So mountain pose is when you're sitting with your feet flat on the floor, your spine is really tall, you sit up tall even through your waist, and now you're gonna bring your hands down by your sides with the palms facing forward. And as you do, maybe you wanna roll your shoulders down and back. Feel your feet pressing solid into the floor, like pressing down, so you're engaging the muscles of your legs. And the crown of your head is stretching up towards the sky, so it's like you're extending in opposite directions. And when you're in mountain pose, it's meant to help you embody the energy of a mountain that is strong, no matter what winds may come, that the mountain stays strong, it stays steady. And so if you're having a moment of what feels a little chaotic or upheaval or uncertain, sometimes it's helpful to come right back to this mountain pose and remember your own strength. You're strong like a mountain, resilient like a mountain. From here, we're going to start what are called sun breaths or sun salutations. It's saluting the sun, essentially. So on your inhale, you're going to sweep your hands all the way up and overhead. And they can come out into a Y overhead. They can be sort of in line. Or maybe you touch your palms up overhead. And as you do, you look up. And then exhale, you stretch your hands all the way back down. So we're going to repeat that movement a few times. So inhale, you're going to sweep your hands all the way up towards the sky. And exhale, you're going to stretch them all the way back down. Good. Inhale, let your hands rise. Exhale, bring them all the way down. Let this be like a rhythm that you're creating. Inhale, sweep your hands up and look up. Exhale, stretch through your fingers as your hands come all the way down. Good, keep going. Inhale, let your hands stretch all the way up. Exhale, release all the way down. Keep flowing. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale to release all the way back down. Let's do two more just like that. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, release them down. And last one, inhale, hands rise, stretch all the way up nice and tall. And then exhale, bring your hands all the way down. Good. Okay, now we're gonna have your hands down, but this time the palms face backwards. Inhale, your hands are gonna come up in front of you. And exhale, you can sort of bend through your elbows and bring them back down. Good, sort of like a wave. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, release them down. So letting your breath guide your movement. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Keep going. Inhale, sweep it all the way up. Stretch up tall. Exhale, wash it all the way down, over the way. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come down. One more time. Inhale, stretch all the way up. And exhale, release it all the way down. Good. Okay. From here, we're going to come into what's called Anjali Mudra. Anjali is an offering or a prayer, and Mudra is just a hand position. So you're going to take your palms and press them together and just bring them to your heart. Now here, sometimes we just kind of like hang out in Anjali Mudra, but see if you can press your wrists down so that they're in line with the elbows as much as you can. And then use the muscles of your arms to press your palms together. So this is an active pose. You're not just hanging out here. You're actively pressing your hands together, feeling the strength of your arms. And again, this is a pose of offering connected to your heart, Anjali Mudra. So from here, we're going to try to move our wrists from side to side. So let's go ahead and move them over to the left while moving nothing else. And then come back through center and over to the right. As you do this, we'll keep going from side to side. You, again, want to try to keep your wrists in line with your elbows. You'll start maybe feeling a stretch in your wrists as you go from side to side. And you want to keep your torso really still. So the only thing that's moving right now is essentially your arms are going from side to side. You might even feel the stretch up through your wrists and into your fingers. All right, let's come back through center. Now you're going to interlace your fingers so your palms face out. Stretch your hands out in front of you. I'll turn sideways just so you can see. You're going to round your spine as you stretch your hands forward. And then inhale, sit up tall, reach your hands all the way up overhead. And then release your hands all the way back down to mountain pose. So let's do it again. Hands in Anjali Mudra at your heart. Interlace your fingers, palms face forward, stretch your hands forward and round your spine. Inhale, sit up tall, stretch your arms up overhead, and exhale, release your hands all the way down. Okay, a couple more times. Hands to your heart in Anjali Mudra. Interlace the fingers, stretch them forward, round your spine. Inhale, stretch up really tall, reach up, and then exhale, bring your hands all the way down. Again, hands to your heart. Interlace your fingers, stretch them out in front of you, round your spine. Inhale, stretch all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands down to your sides. We're gonna try it one more time. Hands come to your heart. Interlace your fingers, stretch them forward, round your spine. Inhale as you come all the way up. We're gonna try to stay here. If this feels like too much, you can grab opposite elbows or opposite fingers. From here, we're gonna stretch over to one side. Go ahead and lean over to one side, whichever side feels good to you. And as you do so, you're gonna stretch through your side body. And one foot might want to lift off the ground. So see if you can press both feet actively into the ground as you stretch over to the side. Remember to breathe here, continue to breathe. And then inhale, stretch all the way back to center. We're going to sit up a little bit taller, stretch up through your waist, and then go over to the other side. Again, actively press your feet into the ground. You're engaging your legs. Remembering to breathe. And then come back through center. And then release your hands all the way down. Good. You can shake it out, shake your fingers, your wrists out a little bit. We're going to come back to our wrists and our fingers in a moment. But now let's get our legs involved a little bit more. So again, you can let your hands rest on your thighs. And we're going to do sort of like we're marching. So the idea is you're going to try to lift one leg up at a time. If this is feeling like not your thing today, you can lift just one heel up at a time. Maybe that's where you want to go. So you can come start along with me if you haven't already. We'll lift one leg and bring it back down. Lift the other leg and bring it back down. We're going to keep going. So you keep going at your own pace, either lifting your feet or just your heels. And as you do this, you want to sit up really tall. So no like hunching over if possible. You want to sit up really tall and use the muscles of your core to draw the knee into your chest. So we're climbing a mountain here. You got to go through the hard work to get to that beautiful view at the top. So keep going. You can go a little bit slower. You can go faster. If you need a break, you can sit in mountain pose and just enjoy your mountain pose. And remember to breathe. Breathe with each movement. I find that when you lift your knee, it's helpful to exhale, but you can see what works for you. So keep breathing and marching a little bit more. You got this. And if you want an added challenge, you have the option of lifting your hands up overhead as you march. So now we're getting our arms engaged a little bit too, as we're also using the muscles of our legs and our core. This is an intense one. And again, go at your own pace, pause whenever you need a break, and try to bring a little bit of joy to it if possible. All right, let's keep climbing that mountain a little bit more, a few more seconds. How about one more on each leg? And then when you're ready, you can drop your feet back down. If your arms are lifted, you can bring your arms down. Beautiful. In fact, let's just take a moment in mountain pose. Feet on the floor, palms face forward, arms down by your side. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale, let it go. Coming back to that quiet space within you. Feeling yourself embody the strength and resilience of a mountain. And then when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Okay, we're gonna stretch out our fingers and our wrists. We're always using, or oftentimes we're using our phones, our computers, our devices, and we wanna give our fingers and wrists some love. So you're gonna start by putting your hands out in front of you, you can bend at your elbows, palms are pointing up towards the sky. And I'll show you first. We're gonna, one finger at a time, bring them into a fist. So it would start with the thumbs, the second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, and then you'll reverse the directions. Then it'll be pinkies, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger. So let's do that all together. So palms up towards the sky. Let's start with the thumbs, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, and reverse direction. Pinkies, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger. Thumbs, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth. Pinkies, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth. Keep going at your own pace, one finger at a time, reversing the direction. So this is also getting your brain involved a little bit too. You have to think a little bit about what you're doing. And if you want, you can sort of pick up the pace and just sort of let it be a dance with your fingers, letting them roll in and out. If that feels good too, if you want to go slower, you can do that too. But just giving those fingers some love, the fingers that we're always texting on and doing things with. And if this is not like possible for your fingers right now, that's okay. All right, let's go ahead and release that out. And now we're going to give our wrists some attention. So you're going to start with your palms facing forward, like you're saying stop. And we're going to roll our wrists out 3 times. And as you do, you're going to extend your arms. So it's going to look like this. Roll the hands out, and then the arms extend straight out in front of you. And then you're going to roll your wrists in 3 times until they come back to that stop position. So we can do that together. So roll your wrists out until they're extended, and then roll them in until they're back by your body. So keep going like that. If you're like me, you hear your wrist cracking. My wrist could use some of this love. So yeah, really just stretch it out and just enjoy like the flow of your hands. However it looks to you, however it looks is fine. And remember to breathe. So creating this sort of wave pattern, kind of like you're dancing with your wrists and your fingers and moving at your own pace. That's it, there we go. Let's do a couple more rounds of this. Just as you're doing it, maybe one more round. And then when you're ready, we'll stay at our stop position. And then we're gonna go out to the side. So take your hands out to the side, and we're gonna do the same thing. So you're gonna roll your wrists out 3 times until your arms are extended wide, and then roll your wrists in until they're back by your body. Good, so roll them out, maybe stretch out through your fingertips, and then bring them all the way back in. Good. So we're even using the muscles of our arms as we hold our hands up here, hold our arms up. Maybe you're feeling it in your forearms. So we're gonna do just a few more. And if it starts to feel challenging or intense, And just remember to breathe. Send your breath into the places where it feels the hardest, or you're working the hardest. That's it. Let's do one more round. And then we'll come all the way back in towards the body and release your hands down. Good. We're going to come back to those sun breaths and then we'll add on something new. The sun breaths start in your mountain pose. You sit up tall, palms face forward. Inhale, stretch your hands all the way up to the sky. And exhale, bring them all the way down, stretching through your fingers. That's it. Inhale, sweep your hands all the way up. And then exhale, stretch them all the way down. Good. Inhale, rise, saluting the sun. And exhale, let those hands fall, stretching through your fingertips. Good. 2 more. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, release your hands down. And last time, inhale, stretch all the way up. Look up. And then exhale, bring your hands all the way back down. Okay, you're going to bring your hands to rest on your thighs. You stay seated exactly as you are. I'm just going to turn sideways. Sorry, that was a little loud. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what we're going to do next. We're going to do something called cat-cow. So essentially, you're going to be expressing both sides of your heart. Hands come onto your thighs, like I said. On your inhale for your cow pose, you draw your shoulders back and your heart comes through and maybe you look up. And then exhale, you round and tuck your chin towards your chest for cat pose. Inhale, cow pose, heart comes through, shoulders back, look up. Exhale, round into a cat pose. Inhale for your cow pose. Exhale, cat pose, round. So expressing both sides of your heart. Keep going. Inhale for your cow. Exhale for your cat pose. Find your own rhythm with this inhaling and exhaling, moving with your breath. Just enjoying this opening in the front and the back side of your chest and your heart. Maybe you want to exaggerate each movement. Maybe you want to hold your cow pose and then hold your cat pose. Anything that feels good to you here. Any little wiggles or changes in this movement is fine. And just keep breathing. While you keep going, I'm just going to turn myself again. Keep going with your cat and cow. We'll do a couple more. Do 2 more rounds at your own pace. And once you've completed this, take your time. We'll meet back in a neutral spine with our hands on our thighs. Okay, we're going to do a little bit more cat-cow, but this time we're going to add arm movements to it. So we're going to start with our arms out to the sides. Inhale, your heart comes forward for your cow pose as your hands stretch back. And exhale, you're going to round and give yourself a hug. Inhale, come forward, heart shines through, fingers come back. Exhale, round and give yourself a hug. Good, keep going just like that. Open, nice and wide and expansive. Exhale, you're gonna round back in. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. So we're vacillating between this expansion, this open heart, and then a rounding, sort of protecting yourself, giving yourself a hug. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, expand, stretch through your fingertips. Exhale, round. 3 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug it all in. Inhale, expand. Exhale, hug it in. Last time, inhale, open. Exhale, give yourself a big hug. And then we'll come back to neutral. So hands on your thighs, sit up nice and tall. All right, nice. Now we've got both sides of our heart open, our shoulders open a little bit more. We're gonna do something called Soupy Circles, which is fun for me because I feel like you're kind of dancing a little bit. So you're gonna step your feet out a little bit wider so that your ankles hopefully are about underneath your knees. And then put your hands on your thighs once more. And now we're going to take circles. So it's going to look essentially like this. Your heart comes forward and then round backwards. You can go in any direction, but we're taking circles. I know your hips are staying still here, but it kind of reminds me of like, we got a little like Shakira hips don't lie action going on. I don't know, we're dancing. I like this one. So inhale, your heart comes forward. Exhale as you come back. And these circles can be really slow and just enjoy the slowness, or you can go a little bit faster. You find what feels good to you. And they can be really small circles, or they can be really big circles. You listen to what your body is asking for today, or what feels good in your body today. And the great thing about yoga is that it can be different every time you show up to your practice. That one day you'll need one thing, and the next day you might need something else. All right, so let's get into this movement, get those shoulders going. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and reverse the direction of your circle. So now we're just gonna circle in the opposite direction than what you were previously doing. Good. Now, like we've talked about before, really try to press your feet down into the ground when you're circling. So you don't want your feet to lift up off the ground as you're circling. Really engage your legs. And again, just enjoy opening and then sort of closing your heart as you come around. Getting your shoulders into it, get your head into it a little bit. Find your own rhythm and the joy of moving in your own rhythm. Good, let's go ahead and do one more. Perfect, and then when you're ready, you can come back to center. I'm just peeking at something on the screen here. Okay, good. All right, so from here, we're gonna do our sun breaths one more time, but we're gonna add on this time. I'm gonna turn sideways again, so just so you can see. Of course, you stay right where you are. So your feet are planted on the floor about hip-width distance apart, so they're back sort of closer together. Hands come down by your sides. Inhale, you're gonna sweep your hands all the way up. And on the exhale, you're gonna fold forward. So this could look like you bring your hands down to your knees and you fold, or maybe you bring your hands closer to your feet and you fold. And then inhale, you sweep your hands out to the side, rise all the way back up, hands come up overhead. And then exhale, you bring your hands down by your sides. So again, your forward fold can look different. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, do your version of a forward fold. And then inhale, sweep it back up. Hands come up towards the sky. And exhale, bring them all the way down. And you can also skip the forward fold if that doesn't feel good. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward folds. And then inhale, rise all the way back up using the muscles of your back. Reach your hands up overhead. And exhale, bring your hands all the way down. Good, let's do a couple more. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward folds. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Reach your hands towards the sky and exhale, bring your hands down by your sides. Perfect, let's do one more. Inhale, sweep your hands all the way up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, rise all the way back up. And exhale, bring your hands all the way down by your sides. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to turn back to face you again. All right, let's do some twists. So we're going to have, again, feet planted on the floor just as they've been. Bring your hands to your heart in that Anjali Mudra position again. So palms pressed together. You're going to sit up really tall, which means you're going to lift through your waist even. Sort of press down through your feet to help lift yourself up. And then you're going to twist over to your right side. So your knees stay facing forward, but you're just twisting to the side and trying to look backwards over your right shoulder. Using the muscles of your core to help you stay twisted. Inhale, come back through center. And then we're going to go over to the other side. So you can also press into your feet to help yourself twist. That will help turn your body a little bit more using the muscles of your core. Come back through center. And to reset, let's open our hands out into this V shape. Look up. And then exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. Let's do these twists again. So stretch up tall through your waist And then over to the right side. Look over your right shoulder if that feels comfortable in your neck. Press down through your feet. Use those muscles in your core to help yourself stay twisted. And then come back through center. And then over to the other side. Again, press through your feet. Look towards the back of the room. Don't forget to breathe. Come back through center and stretch your hands all the way up towards the sky. And then bring them back to your heart. We're going to do a little bit more twisting, but we're going to open our arms this time. Again, I'm turning sideways so you can see. So your hands are at your heart in Anjali Mudra. Actually, sorry, no, let's put our hands down. Let's start here. Hands down. Stretch your hands all the way up towards the sky, and then you're going to twist to your right. So your right hand comes back and your left hand comes forward. So they're open wide. Right hand back, left hand forward. Try to look towards your right fingers. Good. Inhale, stretch your hands back up towards the sky, face forward. And exhale, twist to the left. Left hand comes back, right hand comes forward. Try to look towards the left fingertips. Inhale, come back to center. We're going to repeat that a few times. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand comes back, left hand comes forward. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand back, right hand forward. Inhale through center. One more time each side. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, twist to the left. Left hand back, right hand forward. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then exhale, we're going to do a forward fold. So your version. So your hands can come to your thighs and you can fold forward, or you can come down towards the floor and let your head hang. Wherever you are, we're just going to hang out here for a few breaths. This is also known as a seated child's pose. Child's pose is about tuning into yourself, sort of this inward experience, right, as you're folded in towards your body. It's meant to be grounding and peaceful. You can let me know if that's how you feel in this pose or not. And again, hands could be towards the feet or hands could be on your knees. And take a couple of deep breaths here, really expanding on your inhale and your exhale. Letting yourself come back to that place of groundedness and calm. And when you're ready, you're going to slowly roll back up to a regular seat. And I'm going to turn myself once again to face you. All right. I think we've gone through a lot right now, but I think you're ready to add on. I think we're going to have some fun here and do what's called Warrior 2. So this is more of an advanced pose, but I think we can all give it a try. So once again, we're going to open our legs a little bit wider so that the feet are about underneath the knees. And again, whatever that looks like for you, you can have your feet closer together if that feels more comfortable for your hips. Press your feet really strong into the earth, and then stretch your hands out wide. All right, so we're getting into our Warrior 2 pose, and then you're going to look over towards your left fingers. Okay, so this is our Warrior 2 pose. Now again, you want your legs to be so strong and active, pressing against the ground. If I were to like take the chair away, you could still hang out here. So press your feet down into the floor, down and away. Your shoulders come down, roll down the back body and stretch through your fingertips. Sit up really tall. Feel your arms engaging. And now we're going to reverse our warrior, what's also called the Exalted Warrior. So you're going to take your left palm and flip it up towards the sky. Your right hand's going to come towards your right knee, and your left hand's going to come up sort of overhead or sort of sideways, whatever that looks like for you. It could be up here. So Exalted Warrior. Beautiful. Then rise back up to your Warrior 2, arms out to the side. And now we're going to take a side angle. So the front arm bends and it comes down to the front thigh. And the back arm, the right arm lifts up to the sky. And if it's comfortable, you look up at your right fingertips. That's it. Breathe. Continue to press down through your feet. Feel yourself like a warrior. And then rise back up. Warrior 2. And then exhale, release your hands all the way down. Good. All right, we can shake it out for a moment. And we're gonna go ahead and do that on the other side. So arms stretch out to the sides once more. And this time you're gonna look over towards your right or whichever side you didn't do last time. Remember to press down firmly through your feet press against the floor to engage your legs. You reach out through your fingertips, trying to straighten your arms as much as you can. And then Exalted Warrior, flip your front palm. Your left hand comes down to your left knee, your right hand stretches up towards the sky, and maybe you even look up towards your right fingertips. Breathe here in your Exalted, or also known as Peaceful Warrior. Good, rise back up to Warrior 2, and we'll take a side angle. So you're gonna bend your front arm, bring it down to your thigh, you can bring your hand down to your thigh, and then that back arm lifts up towards the sky, and maybe you look up towards your fingertips. That's it, beautiful. Stretching through your hips here and your side body. Inhale, rise all the way back up, stretch both arms out to the sides, and then bring your hands all the way down. So for just a moment, you can bring your feet back, your legs back together, maybe sort of shake them out a little bit. We're gonna open them wide again, so just give your hips a break for a second. Okay, when you're ready, we're gonna step our legs wide once more. And because I used to do ballet dance, I like to bring a little bit of ballet into my yoga classes. So we're gonna change it up a little bit and bring in some dance here. So what it's gonna look like from this is also known as like a goddess pose. So you can embrace your inner goddess here. You're gonna start with your hands down, almost like you're holding a beach ball. It's also known as first position in ballet. So your hands are like you're holding a beach ball at the bottom. And then on your inhale, you're gonna stretch your hands and carry that beach ball all the way up overhead. And then you release your hands out to the sides and down, and they come back to that first position. So you can just mirror me. So inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, they open and come all the way back down to first position. Good. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, they open out to the sides and come all the way back down. Beautiful. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open. Feel how graceful you are. Inhale, lift your hands up. Exhale, open your hands out to the sides and come back to your first position. Keep going. Inhale, stretch up tall. Exhale, open, reach through your fingertips and come back down. One more just like this. Inhale, reach your hands all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands all the way back down. Good. So you can repeat this again, or you have the option of getting your toes involved. And I'm going to slide back so you can see my feet. So the other option I'll just show you first is inhale, as you stretch your hands up, you lift your heels like you're on point. And then exhale, as your hands come down, your heels come back down. So let's try that together. Inhale, hands lift up, maybe your heels lift, come up onto your toes. And exhale, bring them all the way down, heels come down. That's it. Really dancing now. Inhale, rise. Exhale, come back down. Beautiful, so graceful. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bring it down. Two more. Inhale, reach all the way up high up onto those toes. Exhale, come back down. Last one. Inhale, rise up onto your toes. And then exhale, bring it all the way back down. Beautiful. Yes, embracing your inner dancer. I'm going to come a little bit closer now. All right, so we're winding down towards the end of class, just a couple more things, and then we'll get to rest into a little bit of a meditation. Okay, so the last thing that or maybe last thing, we'll see, is we'll step our feet wide once more. And we're gonna flow from side to side. So you're gonna start by having your arms out to the sides, and then you're going to bring your left hand down and your right hand over as you stretch towards the side. Come back through center, right hand down, left hand over, stretch towards the side. Good, so just keep mirroring me. Come back through center and over to the side. Back through center and over to the other side. So yeah, just find your own flow and rhythm. Keep moving. Embrace that inner dancer in you. Yeah, that's a beautiful flowing from side to side, like this gorgeous wave. Moving and breathing, that's it. Just let it feel good and peaceful. Embodying this energy of water with that graceful flow we have going on here. That's it, beautiful. Let's go ahead and do one more to each side. And when you're ready, you'll come all the way back to center. Good. You can bring your feet hip width distance one more time. And this really is the last thing before we'll sort of rest into a meditation. So I'm turning sideways just so you can see. We're going to close with a back bend, and back bends are heart openers. They help us open our heart, invite others in, express what's within us. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your hands and try to bring them to either your hips, or if they can reach, maybe you bring them a little bit farther back behind you. So again, hands on hips, and maybe a little bit further back behind you. You're going to sit up tall, and to take this back bend, you're going to start by lifting your heart. So it's not like a dropping your ribs open. Start lifting your heart as if you have a string pulling you up towards the sky. Lean into your hands and look up towards the ceiling. Lift your heart up, breathe, feel that openness of your heart. And then come all the way back through center. Good. You can release your hands down for a moment. We're going to do that one more time, and you have two options. So once again, you can have your hands under your hips or a little bit further behind you for more support. Or if your hands reach and it's comfortable, you can either interlace your hands behind you, or you can try to grab opposite elbows or grab opposite wrists. So you have a few different options. I'm going to interlace my fingers just because that one feels good to me. And also, I should say, you might have to sit forward on your chair as I'm doing. So otherwise, you can keep your hands on your hips. So however you want to do it, bring your hands to what position you want to take. And then on your inhale, go ahead and lift your heart up towards the sky. Take your back bend. We're opening our hearts together. Breathe. And then go ahead and release. That's it. Beautiful. Okay. So we're going to now go into our Shavasana. So this is often a favorite part of class. Shavasana is our final resting pose. It's where you, again, like the beginning of class, start to tune in and soothe your breath and come back home to you. So find a comfortable position in your seat so that your feet, once again, are flat on the floor. Let your hands rest on your thighs, whether it's palms face down or face up. And if it feels comfortable, again, I invite you to close your eyes. This just allows your gaze to turn inward towards your inner world. And if that's not comfortable, you can just point your gaze down to the floor. And let's start with a couple of collective breaths like we did last time. So take a deep breath in. Fill yourself all the way up. And then exhale, let it go. Sigh out through your mouth. One more time, deep breath in. And exhale, release it all the way out. Now is a chance to invite in a little bit of stillness if your body will allow it at this moment, and if not, that's okay. But by stillness, we really just mean this sense of tapping into that inner quiet, that inner stillness within you, regardless of what your body's doing. So maybe you follow your breath as it comes in and out, letting your breath be a point of focus, like each inhale and exhale is waves flowing in and out, in and out. Once again, soften your fingers. Soften your toes. Let them relax. Feel your feet supported by the earth beneath you, by the ground beneath you. Even your legs can relax because they're being held up by the floor and the chair. In this moment, there's nothing you have to hold up. Let the ground and the chair beneath you hold you. Let your shoulders relax. Shoulder blades drop down the back body. And again, maybe you feel the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe. Creating that steady rhythm with your breath. When our breath is even and steady, when there's balance in the breath, it helps create balance in the body. It lets your body know all is well. There's a sense of ease. Continue to have your eyes closed as I talk for a few moments longer. Anyone who knows me knows that I usually finish every yoga class, or at some point I manage to fit in poetry because I'm a poet. So with your eyes closed, I'm just going to read you a little something from the poet Rumi. And it's just a couple of lines. And he said, "I've come to drag you out of yourself and take you in my heart. I've come to bring out the beauty you never knew you had and lift you like a prayer to the sky." I hope that in this class or any yoga, movement, dance adventure that you try, that you feel that you're invited with open arms into the heart of yourself and into community, and that you feel celebrated and uplifted in your beauty and all parts of you, in your movement, however it looks. That's, I think, at the heart of what yoga is all about, that sense of celebration of exactly who you are, however you move, and in every moment. When you're ready, if you're ready, you can bring to your hands to your heart once more in that Anjali Mudra, so palms pressed together at your heart. And because this is a pose of offering or prayer, I invite you for just a moment to consider something you want to offer to yourself, whether it's the gift of self-compassion or forgiveness, or maybe you need a little bit more hope today or a little bit of love. Take a moment and consider what you want to offer to yourself. When you've found that offering, take a deep breath into it, deep breath in, fill yourself with that offering. And then exhale, sigh it out, send it out to the universe. Thank you for sharing this class with me, for flowing and breathing with me. It was an absolute joy. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ashley. This was wonderful. Ooh, best chair yoga ever.
Oh, you're the best. All of you are the best.
I personally feel wonderful. I hope everybody is feeling good right now. And as always, we end with our wave of gratitude. That's kind of our PMD tradition. Yes, this will be available. Kelly is going to be putting this on the website probably by tomorrow or so. If you were to go under therapy, I believe that would be the class it's under, and there'll be things like this and be available. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.